Fiverr. Yeah, you've probably heard of it. Maybe you've even bought a logo or a voiceover there. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be on the other side of that transaction? Is it a freelancer's dream come true or just a brutal race to the bottom? Well, let's dig into the actual data and find out if selling on Fiverr is really worth it.
So, the big question we're really exploring today is a personal one for you. Could this massive platform actually be the right move for your skills and your goals? Let's find out.
Okay, so every single person who thinks about selling on Fiverr starts right here, at this exact crossroads. You have to weigh the good against the bad. So what are the real trade-offs? This really frames the central conflict of Fiverr perfectly, doesn't it? On one hand, the opportunity is huge. I mean, you get to be your own boss, work from anywhere, and sell to a literally global audience. But on the other hand, the challenges are just as big. We're talking a steep commission, an ocean of competition, and a review system that can honestly make or break your entire business.
Let's drill down into the specifics. A massive pro: clients come looking for you. And the escrow system means you're basically guaranteed to get paid for your work. That's a big deal. But the cons run deep. You're not just dealing with fees. You're often up against clients with totally unrealistic expectations, and your success is almost completely dependent on getting those crucial 5-star ratings.
So, with all those risks and rewards swirling around, where would you even begin? Let's map out the terrain a bit and see what kinds of services are actually popular on the platform. The sheer range of what's on offer here is pretty incredible. The top categories cover pretty much any digital skill you can imagine, from super creative stuff like graphic design and video, all the way to highly technical skills like programming and tech. It really feels like there's a place for almost any kind of expertise. But you know, within those big, broad categories, these specific gigs are the all-stars. They're the perennial bestsellers. Things like content writing, logo design, and social media help are kind of the bread and butter of Fiverr because practically every business on the planet needs them. If you've got skills in one of these areas, you're looking at a market with constant demand. All right, here we go. This is the part everybody really wants to know about. We've seen what sells, but what does that actually mean for your bank account? Let's get a serious reality check on the earnings. And, well, the data paints a pretty sobering picture. A whopping 70% of sellers on Fiverr earn less than $100 a month. Let that sink in for a second. For the vast majority of people, Fiverr is a small side hustle, not a full-time income. Now, if you look at the average monthly earnings from a few years ago, it was about $104. But here's the catch with averages. They get pulled way up by a tiny number of people who are making a ton of money. So this number is technically correct, but it's not what the typical person is experiencing. And that's why we need to look at the median earning, just $60 a month. What that means is if you lined up every single seller from the lowest earner to the highest, the person standing smack in the middle made $60. That is a much more realistic, much more honest picture of the typical Fiverr experience. But then you have stories like this. This is the complete other end of the spectrum. People like Alexandra Fasulo, who managed to build $1 million business from her gigs, prove that massive, life-changing success is possible. It's definitely the exception, not the rule, but it shows you the incredible potential if you can just crack the code. So, how do you do it? How do you become that exception? How do you cut through all that noise and competition? Well, there's a kind of secret path, and it's all about finding your unique advantage. So this, right here, is the absolute heart of the strategy. Winning on Fiverr is not about being a generalist who can do everything for the lowest price. Trust me, that's a game you'll never win. It is all about niching down and becoming the absolute go-to expert for one very specific thing. Just look at the power of this. Instead of competing with tens of thousands of other graphic designers, what if your gig was Spotify banner design? All of a sudden, your competition plummets to just around 160 people. That's how you get noticed. That's how you can start charging what you're actually worth. And it's no surprise that this kind of specialization often leads to much higher pay. Of course, the really technical gigs like mobile app development pay well. But check this out. Presentation design actually has the single highest average price per gig. It just proves that businesses are willing to pay a real premium for skills that help them communicate powerfully. Okay, so we've looked at the pros, the cons, the hard numbers, and the strategy of niching down. Now, let's pull it all together into an actionable blueprint you can actually use to get started.
So here it is, your 5-step roadmap. Number 1, optimize everything. Use the right keywords, create clear and compelling packages. 2, deliver amazing 5-star service every single time. 3, build that reputation. Don't be shy about asking for reviews. 4, market yourself. Don't just wait for people to find you. And finally, number 5, the one we keep coming back to, specialize, and then find ways to upsell your clients to maximize every order.
Look, the path isn't easy, and as the data shows, success is far from guaranteed, but it is absolutely possible. You have the data, you have the strategies, and now you have the roadmap. So the only real question left is, are you ready to start your journey?